there was no place for me to return to. This was the only place I could go.
Cowboy Bebop is one of my favorite TV shows ever made. This show about a group of space bounty hunters attempting to catch criminals is so amazing in so many different ways. It's a show that explores a lot of different themes and emotions. At one point, an episode will be centered around a woman who is fleeing a planet with her criminal husband, and at another point, an episode will be centered around a mysterious alien monster come out of a fridge. This variety of themes and plot lines keeps Cowboy Bebop feeling different and interesting throughout, while still keeping its overall serious art design and tone. Because of the variety of situations these characters get into, we get to see various emotions and feelings come out of them. This makes them feel more fleshed out and interesting. It's not just some dark, edgy slog through depressing emotions in an attempt to look adult or serious. It has heart and charm while also having grit. One of the most compelling aspects of the show is learning about the main characters' backstories and how they became the people that we see in the show. Cowboy Bebop does this in a very gradual and natural way. It never feels like it's forcing emotional backstory down your throat. It feels like you learn more about why the characters act the way they do through the backstory that's given. For example, the character Spike has a lot of emotions and feelings that get elaborated and spoken upon in his backstory. The same goes for other characters as well. Even the comic relief character, Edward, has an amazing backstory that tugs at the heartstrings. Subtle character development is also displayed through the interactions that the Bebop crew have with other various characters they encounter. Oftentimes, the main crew encounters people who they in some way see themselves in and want to help. Cowboy Bebop's an extremely important show to me. It's one of the first shows that ever made me realize that animation could be more than just children entertainment. It helped me really get into anime. It showed me that animation is one of the most incredible artistic mediums ever. It helped me get into the world of anime and the vast amount of stories that are told through that medium. So much of Western animation ends up feeling restricted and confined to a rigid episodic comedy structure. And even though Adventure Time, for example, is one of the best TV shows ever made and explores a wide variety of themes, it still falls into the category of episodic comedy series the majority of the time, even when it does experiment with story arcs. There's nothing wrong with episodic comedy series at all, or episodic series in general. They can be amazing, but the problem is it feels like Western studios create them because they think that's the only type of animation that's successful. Where is the Cowboy Bebop equivalent for Western animation? It doesn't really exist. I think this is the result of American culture not taking TV animation as serious as Japanese culture does. I would like to see more animated shows from the West that feel as mature and fully realized as Cowboy Bebop does. It's one of the best pieces of animation I've ever seen.